15 minutes to last call.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome to
The Mac Knows Worst with your host, Tyler McAnally.
You think I'm going out like Jesse James? I was like, y'all think I'm gonna shoulder through you and jump off this 5th floor balcony?
Featuring Autumn the Glue.
It's like the Dorothy shoes. Click 3 times, your cousin shows up with a shotgun.
And Black Adam.
First you had my curiosity, now you have my attention.
Get ready to experience The Mac Knows Worst.
Yeah, no. Have you not seen previews for that?
I have.
You've seen the trailer? Yeah, no. The
I'm
trailer
excited.
makes it look fucking great. But apparently, it's the story of the guy who made like the Flamin' Hot flavor, like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, which of course they expanded to everything, including fucking Mountain Dew, which is
Absolutely.
just fucking heinous, man. That's a Mountain Dew flavor I'm not trying.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
weird. So
Yeah.
weird.
Other than that, yeah, I'm down for the
I used to
Flamin' Hot.
like, I don't drink fucking sodas hardly ever, but I still always like try the new flavors of Mountain Dew when they come out. Because I used to be want to drink. Now I can drink about this much out of a fucking 20 ounce, and I'll end up throwing it away or giving it to a fucking kid because I just can't do it. But that's a new flavor I'm not fucking trying.
I feel like it
Flamin'
would taste
Hot
like
fucking Mountain Dew.
drinking hot sauce.
And speaking of KFC,
Sounds like
they
an
have
ulcer.
one of the fucking best Mountain Dews ever, and it's a KFC exclusive.
The honey lightning.
The Sweet Lightning.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning. It's like a sweet tea Mountain Dew blend thing. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, but isn't it like It's like peach flavored
It's
too,
some
or
kind of
something.
yeah, it's
it's
fucking
Mountain
dude.
Dew?
It's a Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning. It's a KFC exclusive. It's the only place you can get it.
They missed the perfect
It's
opportunity to
so-
call it Lightning McDew. The perfect opportunity.
Perfect.
I feel like there was probably some marketing issues with that. Some not patents. Fuck it.
I'm sure somebody would be offended because it'd be too close to,
Gosh, for Lightning
a
McQueen.
certain religion.
Lightning McQueen could be green and be Lightning McDew.
Lightning McDew. He's had a brand change.
Yeah.
So what, instead of ka-chow, what would you say?
Kachoo.
Kadu.
Or Kadoo.
Kadoo.
Yeah, sorry.
Could do.
Kachoo. Bless
Pronounced
you.
kudu. It's an animal from Africa.
Maybe
actually.
he's sick. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah,
I feel
but
like
Mac,
you should say like,
hell.
fizzle.
Mac, this episode marks something very special.
Yes, it does. Yeah, this will be the culmination of our first fucking season for all you degenerate fucks that happen to listen to our ramblings here. Yeah, we are very thankful for you all. We love every subscriber, listener. Tell your friends, tell your family, as long as they don't get offended by some pretty rough language most of the time.
Buy the stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure it's appropriate content for the audience you're trying to get it to. But yeah, no, this will be the last episode of this first what we're calling season. We kind of ran, into winter, into spring months. Now we're at the start of summer, so we'll take some time off, not from recording at all, but no, take some time off from dropping videos. We'll still be dropping our shorts on YouTube, still be dropping some clips and stuff. We'll be working a little more on our social media branding, trying to get a little more outreach on things, reach a little bit bigger audience for stuff.
We need to get a little bit more engagement from everybody. Fuck with us.
If it wasn't for, life and kids and jobs, we might be able to do a little more social media interaction from time to time. But we'll get there. We're working on it, guys. We really, truly appreciate every listener we've got. We hope y'all have enjoyed this first season's fucking ride. We will be back. We'll be releasing in the fall.
Yep, with
for
more.
season 2 of the Mac Knows Worst.
Can we release on my birthday?
Is that technically the fall?
That's the first day of autumn.
Oh.
Oh, did we not know
If we
this?
can wait that long.
I'm impatient.
If we
That's
can wait
true.
that long.
Well, it's September, right?
That's great.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
be about right.
Maybe we could do like a summer thing, like a summer pop-up show, like a random one, whenever we
We
want.
might. You never know. We all get.
That sounds
I
like
imagine
us.
we'll all get bored.
Oh,
and,
yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
it's-
just
it's-
throw some stuff
it's-
out here this summer that's a little wild.
As far as like the main
We could
content,
we could do like a. Do you remember whenever there were like VHS movies, and then it was like this summer?
Coming soon.
Yes, we have to do one of those.
To Disney.
so
But
like a
no,
trailer,
yeah. Our
like a trailer, right?
But we have to specifically do it like that.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
there's like,
like fucking
it's
heavyweights.
like, I can see it now, the blue background just coming across the screen. Yep. God, I have
Except
VHS
it's
tapes
green.
upstairs.
Oh.
Like, fuck.
I love it. VHS, man. Balto. Balto.
Oh, I love Balto.
I watched so much Balto.
Balto's
we watched
nice.
a lot of Balto with the Canes. A lot of Balto.
What's Balto?
Fucking.
What?
What?
Balto is an Alaskan
It's based on a true story.
husky,
man.
right? He's a husky.
He's an Alaskan mutt. He was not a pure breed. But
Alaskan Malamute or something?
No, he's
No.
not a pure breed.
But
He
anyway,
was an
so
Alaskan mutt. He
it's
saved the
during
fucking-
it's during the time when you had to use sleds to go back and forth to get different medicine, and like that was your EMS service because it was like all snowy and shit, and there were no like other ways to do that. And so there was this girl that was really sick,
It was a whole
and
village. It was a fucking outbreak. It was
Yeah.
like cholera or
Well,
some shit like that.
my memory is ADHD.
Yeah.
So there was a
Yeah.
sick girl. They were
was
all
the main
sick,
focus.
and they had to go and get medicine. And the way that they had to go was like really steep, and it was just really treacherous.
Fucking chaos, man. Balto was a
Treacherous.
fucking hero. That man
And then we
deserved
had
all
Bolt.
of those sausage links.
Bolt is
all
good
of
too.
that warm heater.
Sounds like he needed some
Bolt is nowhere
vegan strips
near.
or something.
Bolt is nowhere near the level of Balto.
No, but I
It's
like
just
Bolt.
Not. It's just they're
Bolt
just
is
different
focused
tiers,
more
man.
on emotions.
Yeah, Balto's just focused on
Yeah,
tragedy.
Disney has evolved over the years.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. They're no longer ran by an anti-Semitic man.
But Florida is.
Fuck.
Speaking
me,
of that, we have
brother.
listeners in Florida.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
My buddy Corey, he definitely, I got other people, but yeah, Corey for sure.
Shout out to Corey. We
yeah.
appreciate you listening down there, man. We yeah. I'm assuming that you've probably been around for some of these lovely stories that fucking Adam's told.
Yeah,
so.
he was in the car for the fake stalking night.
Yeah.
He was actually the inception of that. Like he was the one that he was the main one that was like, hey, let's do this. And you know, it was cool though.
That's badass.
Yeah, like I met him in high school.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Corey.
We were in so we had ninth grade. We were in ninth grade American government together, and then math class in the same classroom, which was weird. Like our first period teacher was like a roaming teacher. He didn't have like an actual classroom. And then later on in the day, we had math with Mr. T. And he turned out to be, we had suspicions that this guy might have been like a pedo.
Oh, fuck.
Because he constantly had like girls in his classroom, and
No.
it was a little weird.
Fucking
And
disgusting.
Gross.
there was these two girls. They were talking,
Nasty.
and they said something along the lines of, "Yeah, we stayed after for some extra credit, and we had like 66 D's, and now we have 88 B's in the class." And we're like, "Oh, imagine that!"
Wow.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
That's
and then
fucking great. Yeah.
the next
That's
year,
like the school
Fuck.
version of
the next year,
church cults.
as it chances may be, 10th grade world history, we had a teacher who we thought the same thing. Lunchtime, he'd have girls in the classroom, and he was out in a portable. He had like a little cot.
As
in
a
his,
non-creepy adult, you're supposed to shut something like that down so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now,
Absolutely.
You should have no problem looking at a student and be like, you are a fucking child. I am a fucking grown-up. You are a
Yeah.
student. I am a teacher. Absolutely fucking not. You will not sit in my classroom after. Like, it's that fucking easy, man. Don't be a fucking...
yeah. Well, and
That
so
shit goes all over me.
the one thing about this guy, though, he let everybody into his classroom at lunch. So
Yeah.
we had lunch, and then we had him next period. So
Yeah.
we would go in there, we'd have our lunch, we'd sit there, play Uno and bullshit around while he was doing whatever he was doing. He didn't care. But yeah, sometimes there'd be girls already in there, and they'd hang around and then leave like halfway through lunch. And yeah, it was weird, man.
That's fucking strange.
It was weird.
Oh,
That is
sounds
called
gross.
a blatant abuse of power.
I'm not saying. Now, here's the thing.
No.
Push comes to shove,
No,
though.
no.
I'm not
Amen.
accusing them of doing it. It was
No,
just
'cause you
fun
had
at
no
the
hard evidence.
It was fun at the time to pretend, you know.
Adam,
Yeah.
Adam, if
Yeah,
we're
but
in,
something like
listen,
that, bro.
listen, Adam, if we're inside, right, and we hear some kind of dispute going on outside, it's loud, we don't know anything about it, and then we hear something that like kind of sounds like gunshots, maybe, but like then everybody gets kind of like hush hush, and we're just kind of like, what's going on, right? But it's like we can't say that anything happened because we don't have concrete evidence, because we didn't see it. We didn't actually go outside. We just like heard it. It's
But
the
we know there
exact
was
same
fucking
thing. Like when
gunshots.
you know something is going on, that is the number one way that people begin to abuse other people or abuse their power or status, is they do things and other people can't say, well, I know that you did it, but it's like
Yeah.
so fucking obvious.
Yeah. It's one of those like, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. All you're missing is the quack.
When I was in high school, there was like the inception of when the teachers fucking the students really became in the news.
Yeah.
Like there was the one in the early 90s or late 80s where they ended up like she did her jail time, had a kid, and they ended up getting married afterwards. That was like the first one I can remember. But then there was Deborah LaFave.
Donnie Burger story.
And yeah. What was her name?
Donnie
Mrs.
fucking Burger.
He kept even Mrs. McGarrigle.
Is it?
It was Mrs. McGarrigle. Yeah,
I gotta know.
Even as an adult, he called Susan Sarandon Mrs. McGarrigle.
Yes.
Funny. But no, this is when like Deborah LaFave was actually in the Tampa area. So it was right. Deborah LaFave was that hot blonde one that ended up sleeping with a student, and she was too pretty for jail, and so she got like 2 years of house arrest or something like that. And she was engaged. She was engaged to an adult male, and she was sleeping with a 15-year-old or something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then she ended up getting off, and then that kind of started the chain reaction of every so often
Starting
in the news.
reported. Yeah.
Well, you know what it is?
Well,
it's
media coverage is spread. It's not that this shit didn't happen, man.
Well, you know what it is? It's also technology. You know how all these people are finding it? Through like text messages and picture messages and shit.
Yeah. It's like this shit is shit that's gone on for, it's like anything. Everybody's like, oh, the world's worst. And to a certain degree, maybe. But you have to think, back then, there wasn't the information sharing network that we have these days. I mean, used to, you didn't hear what happened in bumfuck Ohio. You didn't hear nothing fucking about it because it wasn't on your local news. It wasn't in your local fucking paper. Didn't concern you.
It had to be really bad to make the national news for you to hear about
really
it.
Bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just pinging every story in every fucking town in the nation. Now it's, man, you can't do anything without somebody picking up a fucking news story for it. You know, and then you got to add in like TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube. I mean, the way that all this shit spreads so fast. It just it heightens awareness of things that have been going on in the dark, you know, in the shadows, because you didn't know what was going on elsewhere.
Yep.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, because if you think about it, and of course there is that stigma, male student, female teacher.
Yeah.
Everybody goes, oh, the kid must have been blabbing and that's how it came out. Not that it's right, or not that it's right that it happened, because, you know, if they would have kept it quiet, it's still wrong that it happened. But I'm sure before technology, it happened a lot more often than we think it did.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
The stories just didn't spread like that, you know.
And not only that, but just as a society, people have been really fucking relaxed about that shit for our entire history up until relatively recently. I mean, literally like 100 years ago, old men were marrying like 15-year-olds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And like the families were signing it up for it, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
Fuck.
Still goes on in Russia.
What was that? That episode of The Great, baby, where she was trying to marry Peter the Great's fucking infant child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
What did I see the other day? It was about shit, I can't remember now. It was an article I read. Carry on. I can't think about
Rewind.
it. It was something to do with the it was like a short on Jeopardy, and it said something like this state age of this, it was 14 years old.
I've seen this clip.
And the dude buzzes
God.
in, he goes, what is the age of consent? And it's like, oh no. And I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
It was like the age of driving under emergency circumstances or something like that.
I don't know, but it was something very, and he was like, what is the age of consent? It's like, bitch, what?
And he
somebody
said
check this motherfucker's laptop.
Super confidently, too. Yeah.
Somebody check this dude's laptop. He was in the 1800s.
Yep.
Fuck. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, in the 1800s, like, I am 31 years of age. I have lived a long, full life, and I go to my grave knowing I did a lot. I've been here too long. I fucking died early, man.
Speaking of the Family Feud, I saw a short the other day. They needed 7 points to win
on the second
go around, and their mother fucking bombs it. Like, completely. The dumbest of fucking answers. Like, what the fuck? It was like, what's a dumb question? Spell cat, D-O-G. What?
Do you want to know why that happens? Do you want to know why that happens?
Pressure?
Yes, because pressure and anxiety activates our fight or flight symptom, our fight or flight mechanism.
Flick or flight.
Yeah.
Fight,
Can't
flight, or
talk.
flee.
Fight or flight.
Tip of the tongue, teeth, lips.
And that makes more blood flow go to like your limbic system that goes to like helping keeping you alive and like alert and everything. So like your like problem solving lobe is just not fucking working.
So we're talking like stage fright.
Kind of
Stage
almost
fright,
like,
yeah.
kind of almost like when dudes make shitty decisions with their dick because the blood's flowing elsewhere, type deal, right?
Except it's not. I mean, it is flowing to your dick, but it's also flowing other places in your brain.
Yeah.
Well,
Also other endorphins are going and all
Don't
that.
make
Yeah.
any stupid decisions.
okay. Yeah, we'll try that one out. You know what? I
Okay,
will try that
wait a
one. I will
minute,
try
wait
this
a minute.
week to just not
feel
make
like-
stupid decisions. I'll just work on that.
I feel like this is-
that would probably solve a lot of my problems
I
if I
feel
could
that.
if I could just not make stupid decisions. That'd be great, man. Let me just flip that
If it was
switch and make
only
that
that
happen real
easy.
fast, okay?
But listen, okay? So, listen. So there's like a mechanism in your brain that literally whenever you're like sexually aroused and you're like getting close to, getting close, then your brain like sends off all these firing signals. So like literally nothing else matters in your brain at that moment. Absolutely nothing else. So like it's your body. Like we're made to be like reproductive people. Like, I mean, that doesn't mean that you should use that to do bad things, but like you shouldn't feel bad when you do it to do good things. Like you should feel good about that because that's your body doing the things that it's supposed to do.
That's what she said.
That's what she
We're
said.
watching Grey's Anatomy, and April's like, I'm re-virginizing because I wanted to wait for my husband, and I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, there's no re-virginizing, maybe spiritually, but not
I'm just like,
anatomically. I guess that's
Spiritually, man.
is that the
why?
correct?
Yeah.
That has to be a belief that somebody made up along the lines.
It is
like,
because
what?
it's such a dated thing about the purity of a woman, unspoiled by man until she's with her husband. Look, I'm not demeaning the people to do that. If that is your belief system, that's what you want to do. That's okay.
Go for it.
But once you start
Cool
putting
beans.
that
But
on
when you
other
start
Shove it
putting
down
other
my
people,
throat.
judging other people for it, that's when you're fucking up, kid. That's not okay.
that
And
part.
You know what?
yeah, sorry.
You
We're-
know what I
we're
see?
humans. We fuck. We have sex.
Do you see those clips of? I think the podcast is called Whatever, and it's basically that guy that has college age girls on, and he kind of sets them up for these questions, not berating them or whatever, but kind of sets them up where they're like, "Well, I'm a traditional woman," then he kind of like bags them down, like, "Oh, well, you like to go out to the club, and you like to do this, this, and this." Now, the idea of the traditional woman now, and he always goes, "Well, are you saving yourself for marriage? Are you doing this? Are you doing that?" Man, it's 2023. Like, even I know what you're trying to do for viewers and
but
stuff.
the basis of what the traditional woman looks like should be entirely different than it was fucking 30 years ago, 10 years
Exactly.
ago, 5 years ago.
But he's
it should look
using-
entirely different.
he's
It should
using
be constantly
those-
I would
evolving.
think that we
Yeah.
have grown
Everything is
just a
constantly
little,
evolving.
You know what I
Just
mean?
a little.
Just a little bit.
a little. That man's ego hasn't. you know,
Not at all. And that's why they overcompensate.
I remember. I can't remember. Somebody was making jokes about dick size and compensation. I was in the Audi, and I was like, "You see how small my car is?
Got the coupe. Got the coupe.
It's a 2-door, motherfucker. I'll drive a smart car if we're doing that."
Bro. I knew a guy that drove a Mini Cooper. And
Yeah.
I was like, really?
They're badass cars.
It
really
was
are.
it was
They're
a cool
performance
little go
fucking machines,
kart,
man.
but
Yeah, no, Trey, my oldest brother, when he was in, when he got out of basic, he had a buddy, and Moeller, I want to say was his last name, and dude's like 6'4", 6'5", and he had a fucking tricked out Mini Cooper, man. And they've got enough space for someone that tall. If you like don't have passenger, they've got enough, so like there's enough leg room and shit, but. Watching this giant man unfold out of the fucking car is hilarious.
It's like seeing Shaq come out
And
of it or
he ended up
something.
leaving it at mom and dad's house because they were going to AIT, and he was like, "Hey, Dickie, can I leave my car with your parents? That way it's taken care of." And he left explicit instructions and was like, "Y'all can drive it, just don't mistreat it." Pretty much,
Yeah.
Man. I didn't get to drive it, right? I was too young
That's
to
what she
drive it this time because Trey, that was fucking 2005, 2006, something like that. No, hell, yeah, that was 2005. So, but Dustin could drive. And Dustin and I share the same genetic trait where we just like, in the words of Ricky Bobby, hot, nasty, badass speed, man. Like, that's
shit.
it. Yeah, fuck yeah. You can ask baby over there about my driving. Just kidding. Let's
Yeah,
not
he
talk about
scares me a
that.
little
It's
bit.
great. Actually.
Yeah, so
Even though I
no,
know he
man, we
drives
took
big
this thing down
trucks.
Lake Sylvia Road, and because they're so short and squatty and wide body, they can't fucking fuck up a turn even if you tried. And he had done probably, they had all that fucking sign-on money, so he'd done like $3,000-4,000 in work on the motherfucker. It was like an Italian job style fucking Mini Cooper, like bad as shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Paddle shifters, Dustin's just just cruise. Man, that motherfucker was just.
Yeah, when I lived in Austin, my
But yes,
boss.
they're little go-karts.
Yeah, my boss had a Mini Cooper when I first started working for him, and he ended up getting rid of it. I moved out here and I went back there for like a territory meeting, and I'm driving around with him. He's in a Mercedes at this point. And I said, dude, do you miss the Mini Cooper?
Good
And he,
luck with your $190 oil change, sir.
well, that was the thing about the Mini Cooper. The upkeep on that was terrible too.
Because it's a
But
BMW product, isn't it?
It's import. I
Yeah,
can't
BMW
remember.
Mini Cooper. I'm pretty sure it's.
But yeah, I asked him. I said, "You miss the Mini Cooper?" He goes, "Every fucking day, man." He's like, "It was like driving a go-kart on the interstate.
Yeah.
It's so low. Everything's
Like that
center of
wide
gravity.
body.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's man. That little fucking BMW 3 Series convertible I had. Like, it was wide body for its size, and it had a V6 in it. And it was a very small car. That motherfucker would shit and get. Like, it would go. I used to just drop the top and drive up fucking Y Mountain just to go about 85 around these, 30-mile-an-hour curves. Just fucking love that car.
Man.
But since it was so wide and squatty, like, there was no fucking shake when you turned. There was no fucking effort in getting this shit across. Yeah, it was.
That's the shitty part about the Jeep.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
You can't do that in a Jeep. But man,
Shout
the
out to
doors
Jim
off.
Hauser. You can do that in a Jeep. It's just highly fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Jim Hauser, that was the most terrifying ride I've ever had in my fucking life, bro. Swear to God, I did not think we were going to make it to the fucking mall that day in Jonesboro. I do not know whoever gave you a license, but they should be punched.
And if there's any moisture on the road whatsoever, you're sliding around.
Oh, you're sliding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this
Well,
is doors open, like driving like a banshee. I remember the whole ride. He's just chatting away. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. Yeah. Think I'm about to get flung out. Funny story. My brother Dustin actually got flung out of a Jeep with no doors on it. He was a kid.
What?
So, yeah. So, I want to say mom and dad were having to borrow a vehicle. I believe that was it. Yeah. So, for some reason, I feel like there was no seatbelts in this vehicle. Like it was an old Jeep. And it had no
happens.
doors, right? And Dustin's like between 5 and 7. He's a young kid. He's like a wee baby. He's like kindergarten age, right? And I guess mom said she fucking, I don't know if it was mom or dad driving. I think it was mom driving. She took a turn, man. And she took the turn too sharp. And Dustin just went tumbling out of the fucking door
Oh,
and just hit
man.
the road. And she pulled over and got out of the car freaking out. Dustin's just running down the fucking road with his lunchbox trying to get back to the goddamn Jeep.
Wow.
Just fucking sprinting with a lunchbox trying to get his ass back there. Oh, yeah. No, that tough fucker. Jesus Christ.
I actually had a scary, well, it's one of those things, it was scary when I looked back at it because there was a night where a bunch of our friends, we were going down to St. Pete from Clearwater, and you got to go on the interstate. And we had been partying every night for like a week, and I had an off night. It was a crash day, right? I just couldn't do it. And they were going to see a movie, and I'm like, I'm not going to spend money on that because I'm just going to fall asleep anyway. So my buddy had a Chevy S10. He flipped it on going like onto an on-ramp, one of those curves. And he was taking my buddy Corey. My buddy Corey was in the cab. In those situations, I usually volunteered to sit in the back of the truck, like the bed.
Shit.
Right.
So if you would have gone,
If I would have gone, I would have been.
we would not have a podcast right now.
We might
guys.
not have a podcast,
No,
so
we would
yeah.
not. I mean,
Yeah.
I end up writing some fucking drunken memoirs. We never had a podcast conversation.
You might have a
I'd
book.
have fucking Hemingway that shit.
Yeah.
Gone down to the islands, got shit faced, and wrote some stuff.
I don't know where the fuck I'd be at. I'd be lost and
It
lonely.
would be fucking
With a shit
It's
ton of
strange
dogs and a
world with that
cow.
black Adam in it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it was scary because they came. I didn't find out till the next morning, and
Yeah.
my buddy John was telling me, he goes, man, I flipped my truck last night, and because I was talking about going, and like I said, I would have volunteered to just sit in the
Yeah.
bed of the truck.
Yeah, he'd been fucking dead, bro. And I'm sure if you thought about it, if any of us thought about it, there's countless of those situations in your life where like, bro, if I'd have done this one fucking thing, I'd be completely fucking dead right now. Not even halfway dead, not even quarter dead, not mostly dead. Princess Bride, shout out.
Cremation.
But dead. I mean,
Dead.
The things I missed
As a doornail.
The things I missed by a hair's fucking breadth, you know? Just like one fucking decision that just kind of, well, glad we didn't do that, huh? I mean, it's almost the same as how many famous people had flights scheduled for 9/11
Seth MacFarlane.
that have different stories for like, something happened, some kind of fucking deal, some kind of emergency. They got fucked up, missed their flight, whatever, and that flight ended up being one in the tower.
Seth MacFarlane was one of those.
Yeah, Family Guy would not be a thing. Million Ways to Die in the West? Fuck.
Yep.
What would we do without
Ted.
that shit?
Ted.
Just watched Ted the other night.
So did we.
Again.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. I just watched Ted the other night.
We got dinner and I was like, we're watching Ted because it just hit Netflix.
I think she wants the suppository.
So, no, I just took a break and went pee, and
you're holding.
I am. So I saw it on the ground, and I thought it was a tick, so I freaked out at first. 4 dogs, we get ticks, whatever. Okay, cool.
Where's this going?
Do you know how long it's been since I've seen a roly-poly-oly? This motherfucker's dead, but it's here. And I was like, oh my God, it's a roly-poly. And I was like,
I feel like they're gone. I haven't seen one of those in fucking eons. Is it like
Right.
tricks? They're only for kids?
That's
like,
why I picked it up. I was like, I have
the
to.
fuck, dude?
Speaking of Ted, I have a question about this breakfast cereal. I won't
was
be
just
followed.
Not to mention.
So excited when I saw
you
him. I
said
just
roly
had to.
poly oly. He's roly poly oly.
Oly,
He's short and small and round. He's roly poly oly. He's the smartest kid. Smart. Yeah,
I just had to bring
that
him out
show,
here and,
that just tapped a core memory.
Right.
I fucking loved some roly poly oly.
I
That
never
was probably
really
after
watched
your
it.
time. It was my age group. That's when it would have been old by the time you were around to watching it, and Adam, it would have been
Super old.
super
Or no,
kid shit
yeah.
by the time
Yeah.
it came out, and you were old enough to not fuck with that. The roly poly oly.
You can't. Don't even worry about
Oh, he's in there. Hold on. He just fell over.
Oh, hurry! They're on the ceiling.
it. So
I'm sad that he's dead, but he's cute.
So
Roly-poly.
you had said you haven't seen one of those forever. It's like they're gone. I was just thinking the other day, because it's just now getting to be summertime here in
Yeah.
Arkansas. Summertime feels different
Yeah.
than it did as a kid. In terms of just being
Because we're
outside.
adults.
Yeah.
No.
I've lived-
I'm talking about actually being outside, looking at the grass.
I've lived
The
in
lighting looks
Arkansas
different.
for fucking 20 plus years now, right?
Same.
Never have I ever in 20 plus years seen a tornado ravage through Little Rock like that.
That part. That's what I was
Yeah,
telling
Conway,
you.
Bologna,
me
that
neither.
path. I mean, Little Rock specifically, like we have tornadoes. We get that. We grew up with them. They always bounced around the state, but they always follow that same kind of fucking linear path, right? All the way down I-40, like straight down I-40 and straight through fucking Bologna and shit. But in the middle of the fucking city? No, never have I. And this shit cut a path of devastation.
Have you seen the movie Geostorm?
Yes.
You think it's
I don't
real? You
think
think
so.
they did this because they were like, Little Rock, you need to chill out. We're going to take a few of you out.
Well, have you
They said, "Banging
seen
in the rock,
fucking
my ass,
New York?
calm your fucking hey, look, highest murder rate. We finna send a tornado through you, bro.
Tornado.
Top 5 most dangerous mid-sized cities in the nation?
Yes.
Bitch, not if you're trying to struggle to get a roof over you.
I think I saw there was only 3 deaths, I think. Surprisingly, there was only 3 deaths, I
Wow.
think.
It fucking put a scar right through the middle of the city. Just giant fucking scar. That's gonna take a decade or more to recover.
His first thought when we realized the house was still standing, he was like, I think we should be good for a couple years because it got really close.
Yep.
The house is still here. I
Yep.
think we're good.
Yep. It was it was all of us
Super scary.
at fucking work. Like
Your coworker,
their
yeah.
church was destroyed. They rented their church was they're releasing like an event center in that same area around mom and dad's house, completely fucking leveled. So I mean, all of us at work had people affected by this, and at the same time, because of where I work, everybody's like, all right, so business is finna get real hot and heavy, guys. Like we're gonna sell, we're bringing in extra shingles. We're gonna and you hate it because it's a tragedy, man. But at the same time, it's also you know,
sad. The world goes fucking
I'm a
round,
fucking
don't it?
salesman. That tragedy means there's going to be a lot of building going on. A
The
lot of insurance
world
money.
goes fucking round,
It's
don't
fucking
it?
crazy. It's because to even have to think like that, you know, I mean, they gas it up too. They're like, all right, guys, now look, I know these tornadoes were terrible. It's terrible. We feel for everybody, but.
And that's real shit. Back in like early 2000s, there was a tornado that hit Joplin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
F5
that one was
Came right over the hill, hit a hospital
Look, man,
directly.
you could drive through that shit 3-4 years later,
Yep,
and it was
absolutely.
still just so fucking wrecked. I mean, it leveled a fucking city. That was a tragedy. I mean, the Little Rock one was a tragedy, but that was like a loss of life tragedy. I mean, there was a lot more deaths in that one, wasn't there?
You were there?
That summer,
What the fuck?
we went to my grandparents' house in Branson. We drove out the next day and went and served meals and cleaned up, and I saw the wreckage. That shit was 10 times worse than what we got. It was insane. I'm not very religious by any means. The only thing standing of a church was the metal cross that was up front. Like, it was that you could see nothing but that cross for
See the
miles.
practicality. I mean,
It
says,
was
somebody just
insane.
built that well. That's
well,
Yeah.
that too.
A big metal
But, like,
cross. Gee, I wonder how that stood. What about the slide at the park?
That's
At
why I
Burns
said
Park.
I'm not
Oh, yeah, that's
religious
what
by
people are
any
like.
means.
It's the
Whole
Holy
house got
Spirit.
torn down, but the Bible that I keep by my toilet that is in the interior of the house in a bathroom with no windows, directly structurally sound, the only room that would logically survive this. Well, that Bible's still there.
That's why
Yeah,
I
bitch,
said.
if you'd have left a shit in that toilet, it'd still be there. The fuck?
That's why I said I'm not religious by any means, but
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like the tornado dropped 2 streets over, our fence
Yeah.
was knocked down, but like on my deck, I have the
Yeah.
grill. I had
grill's still
I had
there.
a beer bottle. I
It's
had
still
lighter
there.
fluid. Everything was still standing
look
right there
at-
on the grill.
Mom
it
and Dad's
just
deck
happens.
was gone,
Yeah,
but the cowboy grill and the lawn chairs were still there.
yeah, weird.
It's fucking insane.
Those lawn chairs are fucking sturdy, though.
Bro, no, they're fucking sling chairs like these. Like,
Oh, speaking of, did you see they're making the sequel to Twister?
no.
It's going to be called Twisters.
Original cast.
Well, Bill Paxton's dead, but
as many as they could.
I don't
I'm
know.
looking it
I don't
up
know.
right now.
Holy fuck, dude! You want to talk about a movie that had me trying to be a storm
Oh,
chaser?
guys,
I
wait
love
though.
that movie.
Wait though. 5 hours ago, this was posted on Reddit. Arkansas State Police confiscates $2 million in fentanyl and
Fuck
a gun
yes.
after
Fuck fentanyl.
Pulaski County traffic stop.
Fuck fentanyl.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck fentanyl. Fuck fentanyl dealers. Fuck everything to do with that. It's a fucking murderous drug. Fuck
That
fentanyl.
part.
Let's have a fucking round of applause for Fuck Fentanyl.
Fuck fentanyl.
I would like my
Fuck it.
drugs not to be laced.
Fuck it.
Thanks.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. It is okay if you're an individual and you like to engage in recreational drug use, as long as it's not debilitating or anything unhealthy or something that's, you know, fucking heroin or meth or some shit like that. Get it. People do drugs. That's a thing. People that will willingly fucking spike drugs with fentanyl for product placement shit and for product for it just.
You're worse than a trash can fire.
Fucking worse than way worse than a dumpster fire. You're worse than the U.S. fucking government. You know they caused the fucking crack epidemic, but that was a government funded deal. You're just some fucking fucker down on the block who said, "I'm gonna make this shit stretch with some fentanyl and I'm gonna kill 10 people doing it." No, I feel for every person that feels that there's no other outlet to do than to get into some kind of trade like that.
Yeah, and we knew somebody that passed recently that.
Yeah, and
Over
it was
fentanyl,
same deal. Yeah, they found her face on her fucking coffee table.
Yeah.
Twisters is scheduled to hit movie theaters on July 19th, 2024. That's almost 30 years since the original film came out on May 10th, 1996.
Get the fuck out of here.
Filming on the sequel is slated to begin in early 2023 in Los Angeles.
It came out 17 days before I was born.
I'm
wow.
just a little bit. I'm just a little bit older than that movie. It's 30 years for a sequel. I'm 31.
Imagine how much better it's going to look with the CGI
Fuck
nowadays.
yeah, because that movie was incredible.
That movie
even for
was
its time.
terrifying.
I mean, that movie had me. Yeah, I knew for a fact a cow was going to come through a window at some point. Fuck.
Well, you know, Philip Seymour Hoffman was in that movie too,
Yeah.
and he's gone.
Yeah.
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 we need
I guess
to see
Helen
some
Hunt is
Helen
the-
Hunt.
yeah.
That was one of my favorite Universal rides. Universal Studios, fucking the Twister ride, bro.
Yeah, I've been on that.
The Twister ride
Yeah.
is a shit. The way they make a tornado in this giant fucking room with water vapor and fucking directed wind, it's goddamn insane.
Nice.
the
Is
whole
it a
thing's
ride?
cool.
I guess you call it an experience. I guess.
Experience, yeah. Well, I mean, rides are experience too, but
I don't know if they still have
sit
it.
in.
Well, there's like
And
that
like
room.
it moves and shit.
There's that room with
Yeah.
360
You spin
screens,
around.
and then you go
Yeah.
into like the town room.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they have the tornado come through. You know, the fucking power line comes crashing down and
Yep.
shit. And it's like, oh yeah, let me relive trauma. Fuck yes. I've never been that close to a tornado, thank God.
Do you know what
Just
else
about that close, but you know.
they're coming out with?
They're coming out with? What
They are
coming out with?
coming out with whatever's going on with it right now. They're making a fucking cocaine shark to match the cocaine bear.
But the
I have to
they
watch
can't do that.
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear was like based on a true story.
They're doing it.
They can't cross over into fantasy.
Right, like
Can I have
Sharknado type
cocaine
shit. Yeah.
I want
I
cocaine
still haven't
cow.
seen Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine,
either.
cow.
It's on HBO Max,
It's on.
We have a cow cat.
No, it's on Peacock. I think.
Peacock Max,
Yeah.
whatever.
I need Peacock. I have to watch The Office. I have not seen The Office in so long.
Oh, I'm waiting because as soon as Grey's Anatomy is done, we are watching The Office.
I've never seen
Do
The
you?
Office.
Can I have your Peacock login?
Caitlin, what?
I can
Did
provide you
just
that
hear
information off
her?
air. Yeah.
I couldn't
Caitlin
get
just
into
said
it.
she's never watched The Office.
Oh, I know. We've been over that. Yeah.
I
You
don't
poor child.
like it.
Hey, I will tell you, I'm a bigger Parks and Rec fan.
I did like that show
Sometimes-
too.
Love The
Yeah.
Office.
Sometimes we do things for the people that we love, even if we don't want
Yeah.
to do them, Caitlin.
Like watching
Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, because you never know.
This
You'll
is
eventually
why
get sucked
he
into the plot.
watches the Doctor show with me. Because then I have to watch The Office
Give me the
comedy.
news. I got a bad case of love.
Like I said, The Office, Autumn, we've had this conversation. You just got to get past the first season. And luckily, it's only 6 episodes.
And at the
I've also
same
never watched
time,
South Park.
it's fun. Yeah,
No,
I'm
not South
spotty
Park
on
guy.
South Park.
No, fuck, I've seen a
That's
couple
my
episodes.
time.
Yeah,
That's
I've
my
seen a
time.
couple
Yeah.
episodes, man. Honestly, it's one of those shows that's like disgusting to me. You know what I
It
mean? Like the
used to
characters
be-
are gross, things
it
are gross.
That's why I
like-
can't watch the Lego movies. I don't like how they move. It freaks.
That's weird. I like the Lego movies, but like South Park are like nasty people. It's like watching the fucking inbred brothers and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's another show that I can handle like a certain amount of episodes of that, and I'm like, fuck, I need something different, man. Like because they're so good at the humor they're hitting, like it makes you feel like you're a disgusting fucking Philly bar owner.
Well, the Office is very cringy at sometimes.
Yeah, no, but it's beautifully done. Caitlin, if you can make it past the first season 2 on, I promise you I'm the same way. I was not a big Office fan. It was kind of dry to me. I love dry humor, but it was kind of like, what's the point? By season 2,
The plot
you're
develops
like,
better.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
This
So
is
let me
intelligent
wrap
as
back
fuck.
around to my thought.
Yeah.
So it is exactly that. Is
Thought
that
pocket.
I did not start The Office on the first season. I started The Office in the middle of the second season because that's just what was on TV. But then I fell in love with it. And so I kept watching it
That's a
from
good
that
place to
point
go into.
forward. And then after that, after all of that, then I started in the first season and everything, like you can appreciate it more.
Yeah, that makes
Do not
sense.
just start with the second season, bro.
I need you to do some research. Maybe.
I'm
Google
currently
something.
doing research on my
No, I know,
computer right
but
now.
I
I'm about to say
also-
you just tickled her fancy.
Yeah.
The same issue I have with the Lego movies is the same issue I have with the new Spider-Man, the multiverse thing. I don't like how it.
That animation.
I don't like the. It.
Yeah.
No, I agree
It makes
with you
my
there.
skin crawl.
It's
I tried
almost
to watch
stop
the multiverse
animation.
because I heard, like my brother Trey was like, "Hey, look, Spider-Man's great." No, the animation, it reminds me of like fucking like a kid's show. Like I'm watching fucking Blaze and the Machines or some shit or goddamn
Blaze
Paw Patrol.
and the
like
Monster
it's
Machines.
got that kind of
I
kitty
can sit through
weird
that
animation,
bullshit.
man.
There's something to it
It's
that
like
I
the
just.
SpongeBob 3D movie. I'm like that hashtag not my
I don't
fucking
have a pro-
SpongeBob, dog. Like this little 3D animated bastard. That's no.
Keanu Reeves can't save it for me.
I don't give
Yeah,
a fuck.
yeah.
No, I want that motherfucker to be like stagnant against the board.
2D. 2D.
2D.
Yeah.
2 fucking D. Shout out to Daddy-O for sharing my love in SpongeBob and taking me to see that with just him in theaters. We had a great fucking day that day, bro. And then that birthday that year, Dad's always made my cakes. I think I still get the same cake almost every year. There's probably been a few changes, but I get this Black Forest cake. It's like cherry and fucking dark chocolate cake shit. It's fucking incredible. But that year, he handcrafted me a SpongeBob cake. like 4-layer fucking Black Forest cake. He did squares instead of round and made his own yellow icing and did all his own drawing and shit on it, all the artwork. Yeah. That is one of those, that cake will never be duplicated, replicated, or appreciated more.
Did it
than
look
is in this
better
current moment.
than the SpongeBob popsicles you would get from the ice cream truck?
Way fucking
Okay,
better,
cool.
man.
That's
it
what I
did
needed
not
to
look
know.
like it wanted to steal your soul for a fucking tea time party, okay?
For a cookie.
It's like, I just pulled this popsicle out. Building, jump off.
It always looks like he's tripping balls. His eyes are always completely.
Yeah.
And it's like, find the perfect one, and it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Do you know the way to?
You know what SpongeBob episode always freaked me out was the one where he's. Remember the one where he's at like the bottom of the ocean and he can't get on the bus and there's a bunch of weird shit.
That's
what I was
the one
talking
we were
about.
just.
I'd like to buy the next ticket to Bikini Bottom.
And every time the
Oh,
bus
you
came
could've
through, he
just
could
said
never
that.
catch it.
Oh,
Yeah.
when he's got his hand on the chocolate, pressing like the gas pedal. What was the name of that fucking city, man?
Rock Bottom.
Rock Bottom.
I know that. Well,
You know,
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
You know, there's still. I mean, like until I was graced with a beautiful life where I have children now. I didn't know that they'd still been making SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Since I grew out of
yeah.
it, man, we get on a
It gets
Prime and there's
weird.
20-something fucking seasons. Yeah, and it does get weird. But to keep something like that going that long, you gotta get a little weird, man. It's like that Barney video. I'm a bad motherfucker.
My daughter, she was in the musical in 6th grade,
Yeah.
and it was a SpongeBob musical,
Yeah.
and it was pretty cool. There was an intermission and everything. Like they did it
Fuck
really
yeah.
well. I went to 2 showings. I was in Memphis one day, but Caitlin went to all 3, and it was cool, man. Yeah.
Because I'm an awesome stepmom.
Look,
Yeah,
I would honestly
definitely
see.
so.
I've seen one show on Broadway. I've seen a few musicals live and stuff. But I've seen one show on Broadway. It was fucking incredible. I probably talked about it before. Phantom of the Opera. I would pay the same amount of money if they did a fucking SpongeBob musical on Broadway in a fucking heartbeat.
I would also really, really, really like to see Wicked.
Yes.
That comes around every couple years through here. Robinson, I think, goes
Take
to
the
Robinson.
hint. I would love to see Wicked.
Cool. We'll make it a couple's day, dog. Because
Fuck
I
yeah.
love any chance to go to Robinson Auditorium Hall because I spent a lot of fucking time building
Yeah.
that bitch.
I saw the Osborne brothers there. They were really good.
Yeah.
I've
fuck
actually
yeah.
never gone to like a professional like
So-
musical production.
Do you like musicals?
It
you don't have to.
depends.
You don't have to fucking stand them, but like you can watch a musical and enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I like if I
Yeah.
go and whatever, I can't stand the episode shows where like a
Yeah.
show
Grey's
and they have a
Anatomy
musical
Like,
episode. Yeah,
fucking Glee pisses me off, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want that shit.
yeah.
Do you know what series that I really, 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 really like? Jennifer Love Huge Tits, The Ghost Whisperer. I watch that at
loved
least once
Ghost
a year.
Does she really have huge
Once a
tits? I
year.
don't.
I didn't think she.
Bro,
used
Compared
it.
to
No,
the rest of
listen.
her body, yes.
So, her name is Jennifer Love's Huge Tits because watching that series, season 1, season 2, you can see how they're small, 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 and then season 3 comes
Boom.
back and
It's
they're like, "Bam!"
somebody started getting paid more
like
per episode.
like Stephanie McMahon. Yeah.
Wasn't she also pregnant in some of those?
You
Like,
know
as
what?
it.
It's your body.
No,
if you want
but they
bigger tits,
stay
buy bigger
huge
tits.
after that if that's the
Yeah.
case because you can tell that
She
she's
probably
flat
got them
as fuck.
pregnant titties and then was like, "Oh, these are nice. I want to keep these." Yeah.
It's
Seriously.
just so dramatic, the change. But I mean, they
Yeah.
look good. But I love that
Yeah.
show.
I
I love
She's
seen-
it.
Hollywood, bro. Of course, she got the nicest surgeon.
I seen a meme and it said, "It doesn't matter what you did last summer," and it's the poster from the thing, but then the Rock is in the corner and it says, "Your mouth, your roll, know it, your mouth, shut it."
Last summer.
Yeah,
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I
What you did last summer again.
yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I really miss I enjoy Dwayne Johnson movies, but I really miss the Rock character in wrestling. When he
Man.
left, I stopped watching.
Let's be so.
That was
I'm-
John Cena for my
I'm-
brother.
I do enjoy John Cena, especially
John
now
Cena,
that
I'm
he's
glad that John Cena honestly got out of trying to do those
raps.
military-esque roles.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
It was just too to WWE on that. He found his fucking niche in comedy.
Yes.
The dude is fucking solid in some
Whoa.
goddamn comedy roles. Did y'all watch
Peacemaker was
what's the
great.
Peacemaker, yes.
Yes.
His character in fucking Second Suicide Squad, great. Yeah, Peacemaker. No, the fucking series, bro, we binged that shit. You know,
I told y'all
get
we had
caught
an
on
episode. I
episodes.
told you to watch it. Yeah,
It's fucking
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
It was so fucking great.
and the twist with the butterflies
So
and everything
fucking-
was
I'm sorry,
crazy.
man. Just got to be honest. It's just who I am as a person.
Vigilante's great. Oh my god.
Oh
I
my
will say there were a couple
It was
things
so
that
good.
I was like, ooh.
There was a lot of things that I'm like, that make me feel gross, but funny.
But yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
No, he's like, and especially, what was the fucking movie? I laughed from start to fucking finish.
Google it. I need to know.
I'm working on it,
Yeah,
bro.
I seen John Cena is actually starring in a movie with Jackie Chan coming up.
Really?
Yeah,
I hope it's a comedy.
I bet you it is. It is.
Look,
It's
Jackie
an action
Chan
comedy.
and John Cena, that's going to be some funny fucking comedy.
Well, think
I'm
of
not gonna
how
lie.
funny he was in Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan, of course, not John Cena.
Fuck. Vacation Friends. This is hands down one of the funniest fucking movies I've ever seen. Like John Cena's role. You've probably seen memes about this and not even known it.
Oh, it's on Hulu.
Yes. I don't know how y'all have it. Bro, this movie had me rolling from start to
We have to
fucking
go home and
finish.
watch that for sure.
Dude,
Yes.
I
Yes.
want to see that now. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You're
y'all
right.
Y'all should
His calling is comedy, dude, for sure.
No, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
bro. Like I said, so you know, I've said before, I'm a big fan of every action movie because I go into it not expecting much. If it's like a B. I love the B action movie genre. Fucking love them. Okay.
Have you seen?
So I go into these. You know, I go into it. I don't expect much, which is why I still enjoy it because there's still great fight sequences. I mean, you know the fucking plot. You know the guy
Like
who-
Transformers movies, like, yeah.
But he was the one called the Marine, man, and he was just. It was great as far as a B action flick. But it was a B fucking action flick. Like he was so rigid and stiff trying to play this role. And so he tried several roles as like this rigid, you know, he's the big military guy. No, I feel like the motherfucker had a tarot reading and probably decided to embrace his divine femininity and was like, hey, bitch, I like comedy. I know I'm a big burly guy, but I like to fucking laugh. Fuck all this bullshit. And his fucking role in comedy has been fucking fantastic.
Well,
like that movie Vacation Friends, I promise you're gonna fucking laugh.
The
entire
Marine was a
goddamn time.
WWE production, so that's probably why he went into that. Like, yeah.
Well, that was one of the first movies that kind of branched him out to getting into other things. 'Cause
Yeah, no, I think it
Peacemaker-
was his first. Yeah.
Peacemaker was fucking solid. Peacemaker was good all the way fucking through. Yes, ma'am.
3 questions. Have you seen? Not 3 questions. Have you seen these 3 movies? Red Notice,
Fuck yes.
Uncharted,
No. Well, started it drunk, sleep halfway through. Yeah.
oh God, what was the other one? Hold on. Extraction.
Yes.
Extraction was fucking.
2.
It's coming out next Friday.
Ah,
yeah.
Fuck yes, bro.
Dude,
That's-
dude,
you know, that's one
Hemsworth
of my-
fucking
that's one of my
is
favorite things.
insane in that movie.
My nephew calls me Skinny Thor. And it's like, you know, you mean that demeaning, but kid, you just call me fucking Thor and look what he looks like. So if I'm just the skinny version, that works with me.
You know
I'm
what
okay
you
with
could do
that.
for Halloween if you got like the haircut from Ragnarok and went as Thor? You go to Cowboy, you're winning that contest.
I could just grow my hair out till then.
So if he's gonna be Thor from Ragnarok, does that mean you have to be Hulk?
Should I?
No,
Yes.
she's
Grow
got.
my hair out?
Yes.
She could be the Natalie Portman Thor,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the Mighty Thor.
The She-Thor.
Oh.
The She-Thor.
Or the Valkyrie that just fucking drinks and fights people and fucks them up with her cannons.
Yeah,
That's more
yeah.
your
I just want to
personality.
make my own costume where I'm just
Yeah.
something. I could be like a vine or
I know
something.
you were gold.
I've
last
always
year.
really wanted to be Poison Ivy for Halloween one time
Oh.
because I'm a Virgo.
I could.
Yeah.
I could.
see it. Fuck yeah.
I'm not big enough for a Bane look. We need to look at other characters that are involved with Poison Ivy. I don't want to do Batman.
You could be Poison Oak.
Riddler.
Riddler,
Poison
and
Oak.
Ivy.
You both be wearing green.
Oak. That would be funny.
We could both be Poison Ivy, male and female version.
I don't like that.
Okay. It's like I want it to myself. Damn it.
That's mine. Yeah.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do? Coupley.
Coupley.
I've always wanted to do Pain and Panic from Hercules.
Pain.
Yes.
Panic.
Also from Hercules,
Lugubriousness.
I think it would be so cool.
Shout out to my fucking sister because I swear to God, that is her and I's like comfort movie is fucking
love it.
Hercules.
I fucking love
Bro,
it.
she'll like when she's having a hard day and she just needs to put something on, she put on fucking Hercules. We can sing every song. We can damn near say every fucking line. That meme that's been going around that's like, you get 100K if you can say 90% of the movie correct. A lot of people said Step Brothers. I'm like, yes, but at the same time, I can go the distance. I'll beat the odds.
Mine is
if
like
I
Mulan,
can be
though.
strong.
Mine is Mulan. I love me some
I
Mulan.
I like
live.
Mulan too.
Oh, see, that's another one. I could probably do 90% of Mulan too. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You know what my guilty pleasure one is?
What?
Homeward Bound.
Okay.
Ooh, with the
I
dogs and
love
stuff?
Homeward Bound.
One that's remembered
I think
fondly,
I've
but not one that a
seen
lot of people
that.
just watch.
I
you know? Yeah,
love
no, you've
that
definitely seen
movie.
it. It's one that like everybody's seen it. It's a classic and we love it, but it's not one that a lot of people just watch over again. Honestly, no, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It was okay.
Yeah.
We really liked Milo and Otis.
I've seen that. That was okay.
Brave
Milo
little
and Otis.
toaster.
Bro, we had the kids on the Aristocats the other
Brave
night.
Little Toaster was good.
Can we just look at Disney movies?
Brave
Because I
Little
have
Toaster
so
goes to
many.
Mars.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen Brave Little Toaster goes to Mars?
No.
You got a Brave Little Toaster yourself.
It was not as
I
good as the
resonated with Brave Little
original.
Toaster.
I
Was
feel
Brave
that.
Little Toaster Goes to Mars like a straight to DVD type, or straight to VHS? I guess at the time,
Wow.
straight to VHS.
Did y'all watch Freaky
And
Friday?
one of our fucking the old one or the new one,
The old
like 70s or
Both.
or-
76.
70s or
Oh.
Lohan.
Both, but Lohan was better.
Lohan was better.
I didn't watch the old one. I've only seen Lohan.
I remember The Parent Trap.
Yeah, old
Yes,
one or new
that
one.
was
That's another
good.
one that's like old one or new one. And
No,
the
I've
new
seen
one was
both, but
better.
I think
Old one was
Lohan is
better.
better.
Old
Let's
one was
give a
better.
shout out to fucking. Can we get a round of applause for Lindsay fucking Lohan for taking two classic movies that a lot of people held very near and dear to their heart and redoing them both, and people love that one better.
I don't know that we should say, let's give a hands
What
out
about the
to-
Herbie?
Hey, look, man, we all got
Lindsay
problems.
Lohan.
Herbie Fully Loaded?
Yeah.
A little kitschy. I don't know.
The Princess Bride.
No, it was okay.
Oh, that was okay? That was okay?
Yeah.
My name is Diego Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Do you want to know the story? Do you want to hear a beautiful story behind that? It's a great story. Have you ever heard the background? You know, in the Princess Bride, when he's killing the six-fingered man, right? The man with six fingers on his hand. And my name is Inigo Montoya. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You killed my father. So, the actor, his father had just died from terminal cancer,
Oh, fuck.
right? So, and he kept shooting, like, kept going on with the filming. So he has even said, like, it was his personal battle against cancer in a physical form in those scenes. That's why that passion and that look in his eyes is so fucking real. Because to him, my name is Nego Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. He was looking at cancer embodied. Okay.
Aw.
I'm looking at that, and reading stories like that about movies are just that's why I'm such a big fucking movie head. I'm even a bigger bibliophile, you know. What do you call it when it's movieophile? Like,
That's what
is
I
that?
was saying.
Cinephile.
Yeah.
The Emperor's New Groove.
Will Porte or something.
Emperor's New Groove is always a good one.
Is that the one where David Spade becomes a camel or something?
Becomes a llama. What the fuck do you mean? Is that the one where David Spade becomes a camel? Get the fuck out of, bro. How do you not know?
Tyler, I'm old. I've seen a lot of movies,
Adam,
my
there's
man.
not excuses.
No, he's got a point.
No, he
honestly.
doesn't.
No, with our age gap.
I don't know. Absolutely
with
not.
our age gap, that would not have been like a poignant movie from his fucking
don't-
raising. To be fair, though, honestly, as a kid, I watched a lot of fucking Animal Planet, TLC back when it was TLC. When
We
you
weren't
actually
rich
learned-
enough
you
to
actually
have
learned.
subscriptions to those things.
Yeah, well,
No, back
Thank the
then it was just
church.
you had cable and
we
It was
had
a channel,
DirecTV. We couldn't even
Yeah.
get cable. Well, Autumn is ready for the surprise. Adam?
yes. So Mac,
Yeah,
since it is the season finale,
it is.
and it's only fitting
Oh,
that
no.
you join the Zippo Gang.
Oh, I'm gonna gonna cry.
Oh, I want
I'm
to.
gonna cry.
Put it up to the camera so Autumn can see.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Mac, and it is ready to go. Flame open. Zippo Gang
Son of a
to the Mac.
I love that.
I love you.
Zippo is your Zippo.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Mikasa, Sukasa.
it's again a weird deal to me that that Adam is giving me gifts when, much like I was saying a minute ago, none of this shit exists besides a concept in my fucking head without Adam. It does not exist. The only thing we really did together from the start was buy a domain name. 3 days later, you had a fucking LLC all on your own.
Yeah.
And then you decided that our first recording setup was not nice enough. So you just bought all
And
this
we
shit.
agreed with
All right,
you.
so let me go back. It's not that it wasn't nice enough. It just wasn't the right environment. Let's put it that way.
Well,
That
there
is-
was no air conditioning.
Well,
It was fucking summer. It was hot.
well, judging from my perspective, the equipment was there. It was just the
Yeah.
environment setting. Yeah.
But you did all this. You did all this without asking, man. I know we don't say it enough. We appreciate the fuck out of you. The fact that you're giving me a gift is ridiculous. We should be giving you gifts.
Well, I also didn't get you anything for
Yes.
birthday. We got her a coloring book.
but it was a very nice coloring book,
Yeah.
and it was astrological. No, dude, that is beautiful.
Yes, sir.
That is
Gang, gang.
that's the fucking
Zippo-
culmination of a season right there.
Zippo Gang. Yeah.
What did I show you? And luckily with Cash App, you know,
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
numbers
you
on
did.
the back.
Yeah.
So
It matches your card.
It matches the card.
yeah,
The Mac.
It does.
Yes, sir.
It does. The Mac with some flames, and thus we have the Mac with some flames. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
All right.
So,
well, let's sign off then. Yeah.
Baby, you want to give a sign off? It's the fucking culmination episode.
Hello, I'm Autumn the Glue, and I'm really impatient, just like all of you probably, for new episodes, but we're going to take a break. I've never actually taken a really long break, so this will be a first for me, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it more than I will, but we're going to have so much fun.
Yay.
And then we'll come back and we'll tell you all about it.
We'll see how long the break actually lasts. But yeah.
Yeah. Karen, would you like to give a hello, goodbye?
Hey, man. Not that I'm here a lot, but, you know.
Oh no, but
hopefully
you're recurring guest host status. So
in more episodes to come, I'll be here.
fuck
And
yeah. Well,
With your purple hair and everything. Yeah.
Purpley
so while
and
Adam
Cali
does
than
all
ever.
of the, can we get some applause for Caitlin for allowing us to intrude on us? Because guys, a lot of times we show up right when Caitlin gets home from work. And I know when I get home from
Yeah.
work, I don't want fucking people to talk to me. I don't want people at my house. Anytime we show up and there's people at the house and I get home from work, I'm like, why the fuck are they at my house? Yeah. Adam, you got a bit of a farewell message for us, yeah?
Just trust us. We're coming back for a season 2. We're gonna have a lot different. I wouldn't say different content, but we're gonna definitely collaborate more with people. Have
Yep.
more guests on.
The
with
Mac's gonna know even worst.
yeah.
Can I
He's
make a
gonna know even
request?
worse. Go ahead.
Can I make a request that you
need
make
to file
another
it in
music video?
triplicate.
I will make the
think
music
we're working
video.
on one.
Yeah, we're gonna work. We'll get with KD on that or something. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're definitely, obviously follow us on all the socials. Black Adam right here.
Yep.
You got the Mac Knows Worst on Facebook and everything else. We got
Facebook,
Autumn the Glue on
Twitter,
Facebook. We'll be there, man.
No, guys, we for my sign off, we 100% appreciate every subscriber, every follower, every person that's listened. I mean, we've got some good numbers, so obviously y'all like our bullshit, and I feel like it's because it's relatable. And you will still hear plenty from us during the summer. We're not ghosting away. We're just taking some time because we got to get some in the bank because we can't always record every week. We got lives and kids and jobs and bills and all this. But we love every member of our audience. And we are absolutely appreciative of every member that listens to us, every member that subscribes. And I guess for my farewell, man, I'm gonna end this note on a thankful deal because a lot of times when you have something that you just kind of want to do, it just doesn't really happen. And through the efforts of lots of different outlets, 90 fucking 5,000% of them being Black Adam over here, we have made this kind of concept happen, and we're glad that enough people have enjoyed it that we feel confident in keeping it going. So expect to hear more from us during the summer. We'll probably drop some little, I don't know, we're thinking about a little boat special, you know, I'm on a boat and it's going fast. Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know. Adam's pretty good at the parody songs, so we'll figure that out. But be sure to look for the Mac Knows Worst Season 2, tentatively coming out in September, unless we get impatient and have to just give y'all the content right before you're ready for it, you know? Sometimes you just can't wait. You just got to fill that need.
15 minutes till